Hello. Today I want to talk about how to survive separation heartbreak and getting back using your feminine energy. I've been working with quite a number of ladies, and most of them have been separated, and they have been asking me, how do I do this? How do I handle separation? And I decided, you know what, let me just come and talk about this and share my exact step-by-step process that I used to thrive during my separation period, and we ended up getting back together. So if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Miss Linda, and please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my weekly videos. I post relationship tips, femininity tips to help you in your marriage, and just self-esteem and confidence for us as women. Okay, so share my channel widely. I'm also on a path to growing this to 10,000 subscribers, and please feel free to share my channel to anyone who you feel would be interested. So let's dive right in. So the first thing that you need to do when you are separated is to have a time frame. Now, the biggest mistake that so many women are making, and I speak with them and I hear them telling me, I've heard ladies who are separated for 1.5 years, some are separated for 2 years, others keep getting separated and going back. Now, the thing is, if you're separated right now, have a time frame in mind. 3 months honestly is more than enough time for you to be clear. Past 6 months, you're wasting your time. Myself, when I was getting separated, I just needed a break for 6 months. I knew in my mind I needed a 6-month period just to center myself. I was also going through quite a bit. My mom was very ill. She eventually passed away. So I just felt like I needed a bit of a longer break. So for me, 3 months is ideal to make a decision. 6 months if you really feel you need a stretch, but more than that, you're now going to the space of wasting your time. So really create a tight container for you to work on you, to get clear, and to just recharge yourself. Okay, which brings me to the second tip. Take a mental break from your relationship. Some of you are separated, but still they are trying to solve issues, trying to solve problems in your marriage. No, use this time to just take a mental break. Look at it like a detox. You have been bickering and going at each other for the last so many years. That's why you are separated in the first place. So you'd only be doing more damage. It's like emptying an already empty bank account. It's like withdrawing from an empty bank account. You are running on empty, so just take a break. Take a break from the relationship, at least within this period, just to center yourself, to focus on you. Okay, which is my third tip. Upgrade. Upgrade your life immediately. And the fastest way to do this is to think about, what does your future you look like? For me, I changed my hair. I got a new haircut. I got new highlights. I decided to go on a diet. I enrolled for this, was it a 14-day wellness challenge? And oh my goodness, till to date, it's been the best thing that I ever did. I decided to focus on my health. I cut out alcohol. I went on daily walks. I did my journaling, my spirituality practice. I even enrolled for new classes. I took up pole dancing, and I also went all in my content creation business. I created so much content, so many classes. I mean, I went all in on me, because I realized during my marriage I'd also lost bits of me because I was so focused on what the marriage was happening, what was going on. And honestly, I also did not have the right skills to navigate my relationship. So I used this period just to reconnect with me, to fill up my tank. I did so many things, and also over and above that, I started a practice which I am doing until today. I take myself out on solo dates. I take myself out every week. I will go to my favorite coffee shop, or I'll take myself out for lunch, or I'll go sit in the park, or I'll go to the library. I will do stuff that makes me happy. just to connect with me, just to lighten my vibe, to make me soft, and to just detox all that angry energy that I had been carrying for such a long time. Okay, and over and above that, even when you start to go for these solo dates, you start to be around people and you notice that, oh my goodness, there actually is life outside all the mess that was happening in your relationship. Okay, so create a life that you enjoy to be in first, because the other big mistake that so many women are making is they are so fixed on their men. So yes, you're separated, but you are still obsessed with him. Your man is meant to be obsessed with you. That is why he loved you and he proposed to you and he wanted you to be his wife, because you had a rich, juicy life going on. So get back to that energy, and this is what this third step of you reconnecting with your future you and upgrading your life immediately will do to you. Okay. Now, the fourth thing is to make a love list. From this new upgraded energy, from this energy that's vibrant, you are showing up in a calmer, softer way. Even if you're co-parenting with him, you are being cordial. You're no longer arguing, you're not fighting, because guess what? You have decided that you are moving up past all this mess and you're showing up as a different version of you. He will get intrigued. Trust you me, it won't even take 2-3 weeks if you decide to move in this particular way. And this is what I guide my clients towards shifting towards, so that they're not so obsessed with all this mess that they've left behind, but they are moving towards their future version and making decisions from their future version of themselves. Okay, so make a whole new love list. If you look at yourself now, you definitely were not the same babe who said I do 8 years ago. And this is the conversation I was having with my client last week. She is not the same person. And she was like, Linda, I have grown. I have changed. My values have changed. For instance, if you were in a 50-50 relationship, for you to have agreed to be in such a marriage, your man being a provider was not the primary value that you had back then. Probably you valued friendship and companionship over a man being a provider. So right now, if you are, one of the reasons was money, and most of the times it's usually money why people get separated amongst many other things. If one of the reasons was money, and right now you feel you want your man to fully provide for you, remember, the man who is a provider is a very masculine man. So for you to enjoy being with a provider man, you should also be showing up in your feminine energy. There has to be reciprocal. If you desire more intimacy, yourself, are you able to create your own intimacy as a person, self-intimacy? How well do you pleasure yourself? How well do you know how to look after yourself? How well do you seduce yourself as a woman first, before you come out and expect your man to do all these things for you? So yes, even as you are upgrading all the qualities that you desire to enjoy in a relationship, all your relationship requirements, remember, the work for you to do is to upgrade and become a reciprocal to this version of man that you're looking out for. And yes, that is the fourth thing, to make a whole new love list, so that you get real with who you are and where it is you want to go, and what kind of relationship do you see yourself enjoying. Okay, so usually by this period, by the time you're getting to a point where you're like, okay, let me write all these things, let me make a whole new love list, by this time your man usually is coming back around. Because remember, and this happened, is happening to my client, like we started working together, and already by week number 2 he's already asking to, calling her a little bit more, asking her for them to go to church together, stuff like that. He wants to spend a little bit more time with her. And usually by this time, when a man's interest starts to come back, this is the right time for you to have the relationship talk and let him know what you truly feel. And like for instance, I had a date with my hubby. We went for seafood lunch, and we had set a date because at the beginning he really wanted us to have the relationship talk earlier. However, I was still so angry and I was just going through a lot and I needed a break. And if you feel you need a little bit of a longer time, please let him know. Let him know, tell him that, oh babe, yes, I really appreciate that you really are showing concern for our family. However, right now, I still feel I need more time to feel my way around what I'm feeling. I feel I need a month. I feel I need 2 months. Is it what? What do you think about that? Okay, let him know. Okay, because the biggest other mistake is women are using this period to manipulate. You will manipulate your way up to separation number 3. Because what we are doing here is we are actually stopping the game. There's been a cycle that's been going on back and forth with your man. So for you to stop that cycle, it means you are upgrading and actually learning the right relationship skills for you to sit and maintain, not just getting back, but to also maintain the relationship if that is what you want. Now, for instance, like in my case, when I did the love list, my hubby was a match. And I realized that honestly, had I not done that love list, I wouldn't have known that this man really still isn't the man for me, is the man for me. And for instance, if you do your love list and you realize, okay, maybe no, this man is really not a match for me, then that is also still a conversation to have. That may mean you may need to make a decision. Because remember, when you're separated, it could go either way. You could either decide that, oh, I've really upgraded my life so much such that I don't feel we are a match, and that's a possibility. So then, which means you probably are proceeding to divorce. However, if you do the love list and you figure out that, you know what, okay, we can still work our relationship out. However, I will need 1, I will need 2, I will need 3, I will need 4 for us to make this marriage work, then you can proceed. And remember, the only way you can be able to say what it is you want is if your man is chasing you from the get-go. Because there are some men who are not chasing. If your man is not chasing you, it's really difficult to go and start telling him, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want a car, I want a house, I want blah, I want blah. No, it can't, because it's not chasing you. However, if you use my process and you show up in the way that I guide my clients, your man will start to come back to you with renewed energy. Okay, once he comes back to you, have the relationship talk, let him know what you feel, let him know what you need. What are your needs? And that's why having done this inner work is really important, so that you're not going back to start uncovering issues for 20 years ago. Because essentially what you're doing, you're starting on a new foundation. Yes, you agree the past is the past. You agree that you trust yourself. You've made the right decision to give this relationship a second chance. You've already let him know what it is that he's required to what your requirements are. And then you allow him to say whether he is capable or not. And we are almost going into 1 year since we've been back together. And what I know is, once you do this step-by-step process, you trust yourself. You trust yourself, and it will then give you the right foundation to go into the second stage, which is to rebuild and reconnect the relationship. Okay, so the last tip that I would leave, and this is so important, is even after you've done your love list, even if you've had the relationship talk, you have a full juicy life going, you've already expressed yourself, it's really important to make your decision from your intuition. Trust your intuition. Shut down the voices. You may be struggling, wondering, oh, what will my dad think? What will my mom think? What will my child think? No. Shut down all the other voices and listen to your voice. Listen to your voice where it's guiding you. Okay. So let me know if you're separated, how long have you been separated? And I'd love to know. So I also do have a free video training on how I almost went from how I got back my marriage from almost getting divorced. So check out the details in the bio, in the description box, and I'll be more than happy to hear from you. If you want to work with me privately, feel free to email me. All the details in the description box. So speak again soon. Bye.